Oh, bonjour, Jaek. Yeah, I got a little rant I wanted to do. I'm driving right now on I-5, heading south from Sacramento back to Pismo Beach. I've been sitting here thinking, you hear this, or you see, in these news articles and, CNN stuff and Salon and all these leftist propaganda rags. You see these, they always have this, whatever this week's ridiculous moralizing is about. There's always, these things that start with, it's time to have a conversation about. And given the last year, where if you say anything that you disagrees with them, you're committing an act of violence against them. They honestly believe now, the leftists honestly believe now that words are violence. And so whatever the new thing is, like today, it's about, gun control. It's time to have a conversation about. It is not time to have a conversation about anything. The left gave up having conversations a year ago. That was it. They determined at that point that having conversations, disagreeing with someone is an act of violence. Disagreeing with any non-leftist or disagreeing with any leftist position is an act of violence. I'm in California, and in this state, the city of Berkeley, the university there, home of the free speech movement, a bunch of people went, and there were a series of protests last year over free speech. The left made themselves perfectly clear. They recreated the famous photo from the 60s, free speech movement. They recreated that famous free speech sign from that famous black and white photo, and they burned it. So no, it's not time to have a conversation. It's not. That time has passed. They're not. It's time for them to moralize. It's time for them to virtue signal. But it is not time to have a conversation. Anytime that they start out with, it's time to have a conversation about, just tell them to shut up. Just shut up right there. You gave up on conversations a year ago. You decided conversations were an act of violence a year ago when you were beating people in the streets of Berkeley for trying to have a conversation. Anyway, that's my rant. Bye, Mappy.